Open this before midnight. Not tomorrow. Now. Because last time, God tried to reach you, and you skipped it. This is not just a video. This is a divine alarm. He's trying again, not to scare you, but to save you. If you're listening to this right now, it means you've been on heaven's radar. Something has been sent to interrupt your ordinary life, because God is no longer letting you walk into traps blindfolded. You've been too forgiving, too trusting, too tired, but now is your awakening. Heaven has seen what's brewing in the background. The intentions behind the smiles. The manipulation behind the favors. The trap disguised as opportunity. But because God is merciful, He's asking again. This is divine timing. You are being pulled out before it's too late. Remember that moment a few weeks ago? When your gut told you not to go. When you had that strange dream that made no sense. When you passed up a video, a message, a post that felt strangely personal. That was your first warning. But you were too distracted. Too exhausted. Too numb from everything life had already thrown at you. So God let it go for a moment. Not because He gave up on you, but because He gives us time to recognize truth. And now? He's asking again. Louder. Clearer. Urgently. This isn't just about what's coming a broken bar, it's about what's already near. Someone has been thinking about you, watching, plotting. But they don't see what's surrounding you now, a divine wall of protection. You were never defenseless. Even when you felt alone. Even when you cried silently on your pillow. Even when you questioned if God still saw you, He was already moving behind the scenes. You're not crazy for feeling like something's off. You're spiritually sensitive because you're spiritually chosen. There is something God is about to release. Clarity in a confusing relationship, a breakthrough in your finances, a closed door that will suddenly unlock, a toxic tie that will dissolve overnight, a burden that will lift before sunrise, but He needs your attention before midnight. Because after that, the spiritual gate for this transition closes. This is why He's asking again. Because what's ahead requires a clear mind and a clean heart. You're being invited into a new chapter, but you can't carry your past into it. Let this settle into your spirit. You are not behind. You did not miss your moment. You are not being punished, and you are being preserved. Everything that didn't work out? It was divine protection. Everyone who walked away? They were not strong enough to go where God is taking you. This is not rejection. This is redirection. God is still writing your story, and it's not over. So tonight, be still. Don't scroll past. Don't second guess. Don't silence the stirring in your chest. This is not a coincidence. This is confirmation. You are about to walk into the kind of peace that makes no sense. The kind of blessings that come with no explanation. The kind of protection that silences every enemy around you. But only if you pause long enough to say, God, I hear you. I'm ready this time. Before you go, let your soul speak in the comments, God, I hear you this time. I will not miss this moment. I am aligned with divine timing. This message was sent from heaven. Your words will echo back to you as confirmation, peace, and strength. And if no one told you this today, you are seen. You are covered. And you are still right on time. Until next time, stay sensitive to the whispers of heaven. And remember, God never gives up on you. When you say yes this time. When you stop scrolling. When you lean in instead of walking away, a broken bar, everything changes. Because this isn't about superstition. It's not about fear. It's about alignment. You were never meant to stay in survival mode. You were meant to soar. To live, not just exist. To walk in authority, not just anxiety. This message is your key. And now that you've opened the door or a broken bar, heaven is about to pour out what's been waiting for you. When you say yes to God's timing, a delays become divine setups, a betrayals become breakthroughs, a confusion clears like morning mist, a dead ends turn into divine detours. God has been collecting your broken pieces, a broken bar, not to discard them, but to rebuild you stronger. You've cried. You've wrestled with your faith. You've asked questions heaven didn't answer right away. But now, you're about to understand why. Not with explanations, but with transformation. Before midnight, turn off the noise. Close your apps. Dim the lights. Sit still for 5 sacred minutes. And whisper, "I'm listening, Lord." Because God has been trying to reach you, not just through this video, but through everything. The missed calls. The dreams. The restlessness. The silence. And this time, if you lean in a broken bar, you will hear what your spirit has been aching to know. Answers are coming. Direction is coming. Healing is here. Maybe you've said, "I should have figured this out by now, a broken bar, I wasted too much time, I let the wrong people in." But I need you to hear this: you are not late. You're not forgotten. You're not overlooked. You are right on time, because divine timing has no delay, only precision. God didn't skip you. He saved you for the right moment. And this, right now, is it. So as this message closes, take this with you. You are still chosen. You are still called. You are still divinely protected. The enemy thought you wouldn't get back up. But look at you, still standing. Still searching. Still listening for God. And that alone is proof that you've already won. Let's make this space holy. Drop a comment below that speaks life into your soul and someone else's. This time, I say yes to God. I won't ignore the call again. I trust divine timing. Heaven reached me right on time. I'm ready. I'm aligned. I'm listening. Let your words be a prophetic declaration. They may just be the sign someone else has been waiting for. And always remember, God doesn't repeat warnings to scare you. He does it because you're too valuable to lose. You are protected. You are guided. You are loved more than you know. Until next time, stay open. Stay soft. Stay ready. Heaven is still speaking. And now, you're finally listening. Let's get something clear. You've always felt different for a reason. Even as a child, you sensed things others didn't. You felt the room before you spoke. You noticed pain behind smiles. You heard what wasn't said out loud. That's not a curse. That's not a weakness. That's discernment. You weren't born to blend in. You were born to break cycles, to bring light into dark spaces, to walk ahead of the crowd and not with it. And that's why you've been through so much. Not because God is punishing you, but because He's training you. You thought it was just heartbreak. Just rejection. Just betrayal. But it was actually boot camp for your spirit. You had to learn who's for you and who's not. You had to learn how to walk away and not beg. You had to learn how to pray from your gut and not your lips. Everything was preparation. That storm you barely survived? That silence you thought would break you? That delay that made you cry? It was all God building your spiritual muscles for what's ahead. And what's ahead requires power. It requires discipline. It requires your yes. Right now, there is a shift in the spirit. You may feel it already. Things that used to matter no longer do. People who used to drain you don't affect you anymore. You crave quiet more than noise. Stillness more than stimulation. That's not detachment. That's alignment. God is moving you from survival to strategy. He's showing you who you are and not who they said you were. He's pulling you closer, not to isolate you, but to equip you. Listen closely. You are not just fighting for yourself. You are breaking chains for generations after you. This is why it's been heavy. Because you're the first to say, "No more. It ends with me. My children will not carry what I had to carry. My future will not look like my past." Your pain has purpose. And God is turning it into power. Every tear you've cried was not wasted. It watered the ground where your legacy is being planted. Can you imagine it? A life where you are not constantly anxious. Where your sleep is deep and peaceful. Where you no longer feel the need to prove your worth. Where love feels safe, not confusing. Where your past doesn't whisper shame, but wisdom. That life is not just possible. It's promised. And it's already waiting for you on the other side of obedience. This is not just a video. This is not just content. This is divine rescue. Heaven is reaching out. God is whispering to your soul. My child, I'm still here. I didn't forget what I promised you. But I need you to choose me again. No more distractions. No more delay. Before midnight, come back to stillness. Come back to the one who's been waiting. Come back to the fire that never stopped burning for you. If this message reached you, it's not because of chance. It's because you've been prayed for. You've been covered. You've been seen. And now you've been spoken to. So in this moment, activate your shift. Drop a sacred declaration in the comments. It ends with me. I will not skip the call again. This was sent for me. God, I say yes now and forever. Your comment is not just a reply. It is a reply to heaven. Let it echo through the spiritual realm. Let it mark this moment as the one where everything shifted. You are no longer who you were yesterday. You are stronger. You are wiser. You are divinely aligned. And heaven is still watching over you. Beloved, if you're still here, it means something inside you recognize the truth in this message. Not just words, but a divine whisper tailored just for you. This wasn't just a video. This was a spiritual encounter. Maybe you felt your chest tighten. Maybe tears came and you don't know why. Maybe you felt chills, or peace, or both. That's because your spirit remembers what your mind has forgotten. You are not lost. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not forsaken. You are not late. You are exactly where God needs you to be right now. Now, I need you to do one thing: speak it aloud. Or write it below. Let your soul respond. Declare it in the comments and let heaven hear you loud and clear. I received this message loud and clear. I am not missing the call this time. This time, I choose God over fear. This message was sent for me. I accept it. It's my season of alignment. I am ready. Let the comment section become your sacred space, your spiritual altar. Because when you speak it, you seal it. And now, take a deep breath. You are no longer alone in this battle. You've been seen. You've been warned. But more than that, a broken bar, you've been chosen. Chosen to rise. Chosen to heal. Chosen to lead others out of the same darkness you once sat in. So go forward in courage. Go forward in clarity. Go forward knowing heaven didn't just knock on your door. Heaven sent a messenger to your screen. You answered. You listened. Now, walk in the miracle that's already unfolding.